Thank you for letting me take a little bit of time this morning to talk about my personal journey with stewardship. We've, as you know, have come to Grace, I think, for about 4 years now. And it was a great journey even just to get here. And 4 years ago, as you know, the church probably got a little bit louder when we walked through the doors. And we're just thankful to find this unique place. I had just resigned at an organization that I worked for, a science and faith organization, for 15 years. And I was kind of mourning that loss of community that I had there. And our good friend AJ comes to the 8 o'clock service, told me she had recently visited and knew that we had really appreciated the Episcopal tradition, and said, hey, do you want to go to church with me this Sunday? And I said, of course. And as we walked through these doors, we almost felt immediately that feeling of this is a place where our family could thrive. Many places where you go, you aren't known. And here we found many grandparents and aunts and uncles and friends. And even shortly after we started too, we found out we became pregnant, and our good friends, the Anders, were at the same time too. And so God just continued to line things up to provide community and friends and people in a place for us. And as we began here, I didn't have a job, and we had taken out quite a few loans just to be able to live while I was finishing a doctoral program that took me much longer than it should have. But when I finally finished, even before that, we realized, even though we didn't have a lot to give financially, we believed it was, we needed to make some sort of a pledge to show that we wanted to be a part of this growing community. And so we did. It wasn't a lot, but it was something, and it was meaningful for us, and we just appreciated how everyone cared for us, no matter what we brought, the crazy or to this congregation. And as we've continued to grow here, our first Sunday in the church, it was, I think, by God's design, that when we stepped through, Heather announced a VBS program that was going on, and we thought, well, why not? Let's jump in. And our kids immediately loved the VBS program and just interacting with everybody here. Thank you, Emily, for nodding. And we just found this place to be such a meaningful place. And I think especially these last year, that has been so tough for so many people. We've just found it to be a place that is caring, that reaches out, that knows when we're in need, when we are hurting. And so we continue to try to participate in whatever we can, and we're just so appreciative of all the work that everyone does here in this community. And this year, we've found different ways to become involved with the church, and there's so many talents that are used here that we admire and respect, and we continue now to pledge, because we believe that God has given us everything that we have, whether it's our girls that we are stewarding here in this community, and we believe too our money that we have been given. It is not ours, and I love the verse I was talking about with student, every good and perfect gift. And I said, I really struggle with that because I don't think it's a perfect gift. I don't think anything I give is perfect. And she said, well, the correct translation is good. And I think that's when we give here, it allows us to really find something good in our community, and we can work out our spiritual journey together. We can work out our community outreach together, and pledging to be knows that our church can count on the resources that we can provide, whether big or small, and can do something good with it. And so I just thank you all for being just an amazing part of our journey here at this church, and just how meaningful you are to each one of us in our lives. So thank you for that, and thank you for letting me share a little bit of our story this morning. So, thank you, Susan.